esteemed Mr. President, members of the management, members of the staff, delegates, coordinators, and my beloved brethren. ये काफी for the last 50 years or over, I had been asked by various agencies and institutions and organizations to speak in public on spirituality. I was unable to comply with the request. Reason, I didn't think I was capable of addressing the public on spirituality. To speak on spirituality should be from one's own personal experience, and I do not think that I am that experienced in the practice of spirituality. But this morning, early this morning, somehow the idea flashed to me, and I talked to Sister Bharti Arora, recommend to the principal to include me in the name of the speakers. I am surprised how the idea flashed, but it came. And I am before you now. The word women empowerment women empowerment, as best as I understand, empowerment means investing with some power. Empowerment is investing somebody with some power. If we invest power to a person or group of persons, this can only be external. If we invest a person with the power, the external factors, education, social reform, scientific developments, and for that matter anything, whatever contributes to invest power in a person is empowerment. So, I largely agree with Bharti Arora that the word is ambiguous and vague in this context. But much that has been said by various speakers earlier carries the semblance of truth. In fact, much that I thought I would speak has already been spoken by my earlier speakers. And yet, I would say one thing. All empowerment in women, and for that matter in men, all empowerment anywhere comes from external sources, and this cannot be a lasting reality. It can only be a passing phase. That's why in this country and elsewhere in different parts of the globe, you yourself have seen that powers have been coming, but powers have been going too. Whether it is political power, it is social organization, it is monetary power, it is governmental power. Whatever kind of power has been invested unto mankind must go away someday. That which begins must have an end. Therefore, the word empowerment, if it is external empowerment, it can only be temporary, it can only be piecemeal arrangement, it cannot be lasting reality of life. I have therefore, since my early childhood, I have always therefore been of the view that this empowerment must come from within. Our Vedanta says Tattvamasi. And for that matter, our friend in England, Alexander Pope, says, know thyself. Presume not God to scam. Incidentally, on the issue of spiritual empowerment, the ancient remote past of this country and the modern thinkers are on the same wavelength. The tuning goes together. Empowerment must come from within, I have already said. And if empowerment comes to you, to all of you, to anyone and to every one of you, when this empowerment comes from within, then alone it can be a lasting reality and a beacon light for others. How do we imbibe this empowerment from within is the question. How do we grow this type of empowerment in us that comes from within? The simple answer, very, very simple answer is twofold. One is meditation and the other is prayer. Empowerment, investing yourself with power. Empowerment means self-confidence, the fortitude to bear with circumstances. If somebody humiliates you or left you down, you don't pass a sleepless night and you don't go without food that day. Fortitude, patience, the courage to bear with circumstances are the elements of self-empowerment. How do they come from? As I said, meditation is one thing which brings power to you from within yourself. You don't have to derive power from outside agencies. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to fall to the feet of anyone to derive empowerment. It is within you. It is within us. And as I said in Sanskrit, in Bhakti Bhav, the word is Sarupa Bodh. Realize yourself. Sarupa Bodh, apne Sarup ko pehchano. Know that you are no ordinary. As right down Sister Bharati said, it is the soul that is important in the body. Without the soul, the body is lifeless. The soul is important. If the soul is important, then the super soul must be overall and evermore important. The super soul is called Paramatma. The soul is Jivatma. As Jivatma, we are an element. We are an ansh of the super soul of Paramatma. If Paramatma is powerful, then we must also be equally powerful only if we realize this truth, only if we imbibe the idea within ourselves. As I said earlier, self-confidence and fortitude will come from two things, two simple things. One is meditation. Meditation is the idea. Please don't take meditation in the sense in which the world is taking it today. It is not an abstract word. It is a concrete, a solid term. Meditation. Everybody knows that the super soul, Paramatma, is God, and God is everywhere present. God is ever present. God is omnipotent. God is all powerful. When God is all powerful, we are an element of God Himself. If we meditate on God, we also imbibe, we also inherit that empowerment from the all powerful, from God Himself. Meditation must be practical, must be real, and must emanate from the heart itself. It is not merely a physical act. It is not an intellectual exercise in futility. Most terms denoting what is called spiritual enforcement on meditation Most exercises are intellectual exercises, exercise in utility, no, exercises in futility, I'm sorry. They are exercises in futility rather than in utility. It is a travesty of truth and a jingling of words. The point is that if we know how to meditate, the process is very simple. We shut our eyes from the visible world and within ourselves we see an image, a form of God. You can see God within yourself in the form of a flame of fire or a gust of wind, or you can see the form of God in the form of Lord Krishna or Ramji or Jaganmata, and for that matter anywhere where you have got your truth established. Shraddha is whatever form of God appeals to your sense of reason and brain in you is the best one. God is omnipotent. God is present in all forms. All forms in the world are the forms of God. Therefore, the form to which you adhere is also the real form of God. You meditate on that form which appeals to you the best. Shut your eyes for a while from the world, from the visible world, and within yourself imagine the form of God. If it is the form of God in the form of a human being, Lord Krishna or Lord Ram, Lord God comes in the form of a human being to tell us how human beings should behave under given circumstances. So, to meditate means shut your eyes from the visible world, shut your mind from the visible world. Don't think of the what is called apna paraya, tera mera, wealth and all such things that delude the mind. Only set your heart on an image of God. Say for example, Lord Krishna. Well, Lord Krishna I see with the eyes of my imagination. He is present before me. His eyes are smiling and full of compassion for me. His face wears a semblance of love and compassion for me. He is looking at me with compassion and smiles. I fall perhaps to his feet to seek his blessings. He raises me by my shoulder, looks at me with a smile, and I am empowered. If the smile of the beloved gives power to a lover, how cannot it be that a smile from God will empower us, our both spirit and mind, our body and soul, both will be empowered. Meditation on God, thinking on God, imagining the form of God is the one thing that satisfies you, that gives you self-confidence, that gives you fortitude. The second is prayer. Prayer is a question how to do our prayer, how to accomplish our prayer. An English thinker said that the wish to pray is a prayer in itself. The wish to pray is a prayer in itself. Winston Churchill, who rose to be the Prime Minister of British Empire in the last century, was earlier correspondent of the Morning Post in Pretoria. He was held up by the enemy. He had no chance to escape. He prayed to God. If you go through his autobiography, you will see a chapter, My Early Life. Winston Churchill prayed to God, seeing that he was surrounded by enemies all around in foreign land. And when he prayed to God, surprisingly he was saved. This is a long story and I want to be brief at this moment, but you can read the whole idea in his autobiography. Mahatma Gandhi said that he was able to fight non-violently with the British Empire of his times with the power of God's name. Meditation gave him the power. Prayer gave him the power. You and us all can make a prayer to God and be self-dependent. We can pray to God on any line that we like. There is in our Veds, there is a line in Rig Ved which says, I just wrote that line, Yange tanva punam tanma apreha. Yanme Tandvatunam Tanma Aprim. Dear God, I am full of weaknesses and failings, but you can help me by removing all failings and all my weaknesses. Please help me. Yanme Tanvatunam Tanma Aprim. परमात्मन जो भी कमी मुझ में है उस कमी को तुम निकाल दो. Virtue da asi, virtue me dehi is another Vedic dictum. Virtue da asi, virtue me dehi. Oh God, you are faith, you are light. Give me a bit of that light. You are the sun of the universe. Bless me with a ray of it. You are the ocean. I want it to drink. I want a drop from you. In any verse that you like, you can pray to God. Oh God, you are my best friend. When I was a little young boy, my teacher gave me a line to write and write again to improve upon my handwriting. And the first line I read in my educational career was, God is our best friend. I will say, friends, that all my life long, this sentence has guided me through difficulties and dangers, through strains and stresses. God is our best friend. We can pray to God as we make a prayer to a friend. Whatever relationship we like, you can establish with God. Prayer to God is one thing. Meditation is another. Meditation to God and prayer to God will inspire self-confidence in you. They will fill you with fortitude, with health, with sense shakti. Sense shakti is necessary. We must be able to bear with circumstances. Samamana pavanayo. If somebody lets you down or tries to let you down, you should be able to bear with it. So, only two things, meditation and prayer, they will be able to empower you with inner self-confidence, and this self-confidence, this empowerment will be a lasting reality. It won't be a temporary peace with an event. So, all that I have said is almost a repetition of what earlier speakers had said. Please pray to God, meditate on His form, and this meditation on the form of God and this prayer to God will bring you such confidence, such courage, such fortitude, such empowerment that you will feel blessed in life. This has been an experience of my own life, and I speak to you not after mere pocket knowledge, but from the personal pages of experience of my small life. I wish all of you gain this confidence, and my best wishes to you.